Welcome back to the Oakland Golden Grizzlies men's basketball notebook. My name is Neal Ruhl, voice of the Golden Grizzlies, here with Coach Kampe. Another season ready to roll. Why do you got that look on your face, Cam?
The what?
The Golden Grizzlies men's basketball notebook.
Never heard that before. That's new this year.
It's new, all right? Absolutely.
Maybe you should tell me that stuff before we go on camera.
Welcome to the first edition of the notebook.
Welcome to the notebook.
30,000-foot view of the team, Camp, so we're ready to roll here in Ohio for Ohio State.
You know, I just don't think I can really give one yet. When you bring 8 new people in, and we've had the injuries that we've had all summer and in the fall, and we're down practicing with 8-9 guys, and a guy like Tone Hunter misses the whole summer. Baru has been out for a while. Polk hasn't really practiced one day and then a couple days off. It's just really hard to say what we have right now, and I think we're going to have to play some games. We're going to have to learn a lot before I can really give you an idea. I really don't know. I mean, I think we have some very talented players. I know we're deep. I know when we were healthy, our scrimmages, the first 5 versus the second 5, if you really knew who those were, very close, which is very unusual. And so I think we're deep. I think I'm going to be able to go 10 deep. I know we'll have 10 guys, maybe 11 dressed tomorrow for the game. And do they know that this is Friday night? I mean, it's the game's tomorrow, or Sunday night. But anyways, this is the day before the game. So tomorrow, well, I'm not sure if we're dressing 10 or 11 right now until we get the medical check on everybody, but I expect to play at least 10 guys tomorrow.
When you look at it too, Camp, I mean, you've talked about this. You talked about this last year, year before, every single year. Because that's new for you to deal with, right? Because usually you're a 7-man rotation, play a ton of minutes and stuff like that.
Yes and no. I mean, our great teams here at Oakland have been 8 deep. Mm-hmm. And then you knew your 9th and 10th guy were always really good players too. And I can go back to Benson's that team in 2012 or whenever we lost to Texas in the NCAA tournament. We had Ilya came off the bench and only played about 8 or 10 minutes. He was a very good player.
8 pros on that team.
Yeah. So it's. I would like to have and know I've got 10 guys that I can go. The last couple of years we haven't had that, and I know that we've been very injury prone in the last 4 or 5 years, and I think we wore out last year. We really never got an opportunity to play in February because Lampman, had knee surgery as soon as the season ended, and Trey was in a boot the last 4 weeks of the season, and he came out of the boot to playing games, never practiced, and he just gutted it out, and both of them did that for Jalen. Mm-hmm. And Jalen was injured all year, and what we really should have done is just redshirted Jalen last year and not played him through the injuries. And boy, we would be pretty good right now if I had done that. But one of the things I don't want to do, and because we have depth, I'm really sure that I've got to limit Lampman and Trey's minutes. Maybe not the first couple games, but as we get into the dog days of the non-league schedule, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 3 games in the Cayman Islands, I've got to limit them to 28 to 32 minutes. I cannot play them 36 to 38 minutes because we can't be in that situation again at the end of the year.
Well, Camp, speaking of that, Ohio State, they've kind of retooled as well. Tomorrow here in Columbus, they've loaded up. They've got some big-time players, as they always seem to have the case. And last year, the season didn't go the way they wanted, so they retooled some things. They look like they're very, very strong.
Yeah, but that's the way it's going to be now. I mean, with the transfer portal and all the things that are going on in college basketball, I don't think you can look at anybody as a program. You look at them as a team. This is their team this year. I don't think last year has anything to do with this year, and I don't feel that way for anybody because even the top teams in the country lost players to the portal, and teams that weren't very good got players, and it's just such a influx situation that we can't look at their tradition. We can't even look at what they did last year offensively. We've got, based on, an exhibition game against Dayton is really, I think we know their tendencies as a coach because I think coaches, they always fall back to who they are. But when you have different personnel, you're going to do different things. And that's why I think the first 4 or 5 games will really get us comfortable with where we're at as a team. We have to be ready for Detroit the last week of November. We've got 3 weeks to figure out, 7 games, figure out where we're at so that when we go to Detroit in that opening league game the last week of November, we know what we're doing.
lastly, Camp, just kind of taking a look at the week as a whole. Your tour of the Big Ten continues, coming up on Friday night at Illinois. Who makes the schedule, Camp?
I'd like to fire his ass. She'll bleep that.
No, but I mean, again, though, just looking at it, you chase the Ohio State game with the Illinois game coming up on Friday. Just a tough test to get things rolling. You're going to know where you stand.
Yeah, and I think Illinois, they're ranked in the top 25, and they played one of those charity exhibition games. I forget who they beat, but they beat a really good team, a team that was ranked ahead of them, I believe. Did you do the research?
Not yet, no.
I did the research. I just can't remember. They're good.
All right. Well, Camp, as always, appreciate the time. Thanks a lot.
My pleasure. And what was this called again?
The Notebook, men's basketball notebook.
So it's not Grizz Vision anymore.
That's the Notebook right now.
Oh, and after
Post game will still be the Grizz Vision.
Post game's Grizz Vision. Well, I'll see y'all on Grizz Vision.
There you go.